Are y'all feeling good tonight?
Yes.
Let's try that one more time. Are you guys feeling good tonight?
Yes.
That was so much better. So before we start the show, I shall have a few important messages to share with every single one of you. Firstly, take a look around you. You'll notice that there are three staircases in this amphitheater. Staircase number 1, 2, and 3. Now, once the show starts, please remain seated. Do not move up and down these steps, as you have animals coming out from all over this amphitheater. That's right, so please remain seated for the duration of the show. Now moving on to my second message. As we all know, we are in a night safari, so many of our animals here are nocturnal. This means any sudden flashes or bright lights will scare, startle, and distract our animals during the show. So this is why I seek your cooperation to please ensure that all your flashes and spotlights have been switched off. Now, since this is such an important message, I'm going to try to get this message out to as many of you as possible. And the way I'm going to do that is by translating this message into a few different languages. So, firstly, my mother tongue Mandarin language. 大家晚上好，晚上好，请不要用闪光灯，好不好？谢谢你们。Now, moving on to Malay language. Selamat malam. Selamat malam, tolong jangan menggunakan flash kamera anda. Terima kasih. Now, last but very not least, Tamil language. Malay vanakkam. Vanakkam, தயவு செய்து புகைப்படம் எடுக்கும் பொழுது flash பயன்படுத்தாதீர்கள். மிக்க நன்றி. Now, would you believe me that even after all these translations, you will still see flashes going off during the show? So, if you are not convincing, let's try that one more time. Are you guys ready for the show?
Yes.
Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the creatures of the night will be on the prowl. As night falls, two worlds, one for sunlight, the other moonlight, blend into one. Animals like the white raccoon search for the last bit of food before heading home to sleep. Using his sharp claws, he searches for his favorites, insects, worms, snails, and even the prized eggs. When satisfied, he'll return home to the trees and settle in for the night. As daytime animals settle down to sleep, the forest comes to life. Hidden amongst the shadows, nocturnal animals emerge from the dark silhouettes of the forest. With a body striped to provide perfect camouflage, a fishing cat appears along the forest clearing. These cats love to swim and dive underwater, and they carry a layer of fur so dense that even water cannot penetrate it. It is this layer of fur that keeps them warm and dry, even in chilly waters. Everyone, meet Marco, our fishing cat. He was born and raised right here at the night safari.
Your favorite cat.
Fishing cats are rapidly disappearing due to habitat loss and poaching. They deserve our protection before this quiet hunter disappears forever. Now good evening once again, and welcome to the world of the night hunters. I've often been asked how do nocturnal animals survive? Well, all-night creatures have unique adaptations for survival in the forest. For example,
There.
the binturong. Now, jet black in color, these animals are almost invisible at night. With their excellent eyesight and quiet ways of moving through the dense forests of Asia, they're able to pounce on small animals easily. Now, birds' eggs happen to be their favorite food, but they also feed on fish, fruits, and other small mammals. Another unique adaptation that these civets possess would be the long, powerful, prehensile tails, which enables them to hang onto branches effortlessly, just like that. Now, Aslan, our strong tail, weighs about 15 kilograms, so you can just imagine how strong that tail is. Binturongs in the wild can live for up to 20 years, relatively long for such a small mammal. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, how about a round of applause for Aslan, our binturong. Now, binturongs, they are the largest members of the civet family. And while animals like the civets rely on their keen sense of smell, other nocturnal animals rely on their acute hearing powers. For example, the owls. Now focus your attention to the right side of the stage. There is Rainbow, our great horned owl, carried by Shalini. Great horned owls can be found in North America, and in fact they are the largest owls you can find in that continent. Now moving on to the middle stack, he's coming down with Sing, is Oscar, our Eurasian eagle owl. Eurasian eagle owls, like the name suggests, can be found in Europe and some parts of Asia. They are known to be one of the largest owls you can find anywhere in the world. Now, last but very not least, coming down from the first decade, that is Midnight together with her trainer Alicia. Midnight is a buffetfish owl, also known as a Malay fish owl. They can be found in the forests of Southeast Asia and are in fact one of the most common owls you can find right here in Singapore. Alright, a show of hands, how many of you believe me if I say that an owl is one of the quietest raptors when it comes to their flight? Can I see just a few hands? For those of you who don't, Midnight is going to show you all just how quiet she can be. But for that to happen, please remain seated, keep your flashes switched off, and focus it. And this enables an owl to glide over fields and meadows silently without their prey even hearing them. Now, another adaptation that owls have, which many other nocturnal animals have as well, is that they have ears that are set asymmetrically, which means one ear is higher than the other. This enables an owl to triangulate the exact location of its prey, even in total darkness. Now, another unique fact about these owls is that they have three eyelids, one for blinking, one for sleeping, and one for cleaning their eyes. In fact, the one that cleans their eyes goes sideways instead of up and down. And it seems like Midnight is really enjoying the attention tonight. Let's give them a bit more time for them to head back. Well, another fact about these Malay fish owls is that although they hunt fish, they hate getting wet. So only their feet enters the water whenever they hunt for fish. And it seems like they are ready to head home. How about a round of applause for Midnight with Alicia and Rainbow with Shalini. Now, in case you're wondering, I've not forgotten about Oscar over here, because Oscar is going to show you all a very unique adaptation that all owls possess, and that is the ability to rotate their heads. It's a relatively well-known fact that an owl can rotate their heads, but exactly to how many degrees? Shout some answers. 260, 270. Any answers from the side? 360. Alright, the correct answer is actually 270 degrees. For those of you who thought of 360, that is a full circle, so the head might just pop off. Alright, now that's enough of me talking. Let's have Oscar show you how it's done. Okay, and all the way around. And a bit more. There we go, 270 degrees. But that was a bit quick, right, wasn't it? How about let's try that one more time. Alright, all the way around once again. And there we go. Well, owls, unlike you and I, they do not have eyeballs. Instead, they have elongated tubes as their eyes, so they cannot rotate their eyes up and down or left and right. To compensate for this, they have to turn their heads a full 270 degrees to look around their surroundings. Now, Eurasian eagle owls, like I mentioned earlier, they are one of the largest owls in the world. They have a wingspan that can measure up to 6 feet. Now that is around the average height of a human male. And there we go, showing off his magnificent wingspan. And seems like they are ready to head home. How about we give it up for Sing and Oscar? And of course, let's not forget Liana, who's gonna carry back the very, very heavy perch. Some encouragement, guys. Now, creatures of the night, they come in all shapes and sizes. And our next friend joining us on stage is one of the cutest members of our family. I'm not going to tell you all just who he is, but I'll give you all some clues. He's very small, he's from the continent of Africa, and he has really huge ears. Now take a look at the right side of the stage, that is Foxtrot, our fennec fox, accompanied by his trainer, Mr. Najmi. Well, fennec foxes, they are native to the Sahara Desert of Africa, and there are several features that help them to survive in this hot desert climate. First, take a look at those huge ears. Now, those huge ears not just help them listen out for prey and predators sneaking up on them, but also to dissipate any excess heat in the hot desert sun. Fennec foxes have the ability to leap not just horizontally, but also vertically, 1 to 1.2 meters in length. Do not be fooled by the size of Foxtrot, because he's actually already a fully grown fennec fox, which means he will stay this cute and small forever. Alright, another nice jump. Well, for those of you seated at the front, you might notice that it seems like Foxtrot is wearing furry shoes. Well, these furry shoes help them to stay warm in the cold desert nights and cool under the hot desert sun. Alright, seems like they are heading back. How about we give a round of applause for Foxtrot along with his trainer, Mr. Najmi. Now for our next segment, we're going to remain in the African continent. So please remain seated and above all, keep your masks on.
A famous hunter from the African continent, this animal possesses a keen sense of smell, able to detect carcasses from many miles away. The largest of its species, this is the spotted hyena. With powerful jaws, they are able to crush bones, even those of elephants. Together with an excellent digestive system, they are able to digest the entire prey, which includes the skin, teeth, bones, horns, and even the host. Hyena can run for long distances in search for their prey due to their large hearts. Some people think they are more closely related to the canine species due to their dog-like features, but in fact, they are more closely related to the cats. Speaking of cats, coming up shortly from our grasslands of Africa will be our African serval by the name of Shami. Now servals resemble miniature cheetahs except they have relatively shorter tail. Now Shami is very beautiful and very slender built. This is not the beautiful and slender bit Shami. This is just the trainer, Mr. Nachmi. Now servals feed on rodents, reptiles and even birds that are slow to take off. Here she comes slowly waltzing out. Everybody, this is Shami, now dual adapted for hunting by jumping and pouncing. They also have very slender forepaws which allow them to hook their prey and pull it out to eat. Now the trainer is holding on to a stick. Now attached to it is a feather. Now in the wild, they love to catch low flying birds that are slow to take off. So this feather is supposed to mimic a bird. Now what they do is actually leap up in the air with their powerful hind legs, and once they manage to catch the bird, they will have a force, they'll use their front paws to keep their prey down. And just like that, good job Shami and good job Nachmi. Now this is a good chance to take a look at the back of Shami's ears. You may have noticed black and white markings. Now these markings are known as ocelli and they act as a natural deterrent in the wild as they kind of look like eyes in the dark, so it will scare away their predator. As you're touring around night safari, you will come across many endangered species, and just like the serval, they're all fighting a losing battle. And it looks like I've lost your attention. Oh, hi Toffee, I'm guessing this is why everybody, this is the same common raccoon that we saw earlier on. Hi Toffee, do you want to say hi to everybody? No? Okay, what Toffee's gonna do now, just like that, he's opening the lid of the bottle. Now for those of you who missed it, Toffee's gonna move on to an upgraded version. Now this is possible because raccoons have dexterous paws, which means they have very skillful hands, which allows them to have a good grip of items and open the lid. This is why they are also known to be pests, because they go into people's homes and search for food. Now of course in the wild they'll not come across bottles like this, but they will come across crabs and snails. So what they do is pull apart the shell and eat the flesh that is inside. Now with that, let's say bye-bye, Toffee! Now it makes me wonder what kind of trash we throw away that actually feeds them. So let's take a look at what we have in the bin. Now it looks like we have paper carton, tin cans and plastic bottle. Now all these things come from nature one way or another, and they all can be Yes, we can say that a bit louder. Recycle. Now we all can use a recyclable bottle, which will lessen our impact on Earth. Thank you, Keen, for the very noisy bin. Now I will not be doing the recycling. Coming out shortly will be two sisters by the name of Bubbles and Bailey. Now Bubbles and Bailey are Asian small-clawed otters, and they're one of the smallest species of otters in the world. And here they come. Now Bubbles is going to be on our team recycling the tin can, and Bailey is going to be recycling the plastic bottle. Alright Bubbles, let's do it. Let's do it. I can see who's the professional. It's not her, but she tries her best. Right Bubbles, drop it in. Almost there, you can do it. Okay Bubbles, your sister is done already. Come on, drop it in. There we go. Okay, we have one more to go. Alright Bubbles, a little faster. Okay, now drop it in. Alright, come on Bubbles. Almost there. Okay, recycling, not juggling. Come on Bubbles. Okay, your sister is not getting distracted. Alright, it's your time Bubbles, you can do it. Almost there. we go. Alright, looks like your sister is distracted. Paper cotton? Girls, paper cotton? Bye. Do it myself. It's okay, I'm gonna get the help from everybody. Does it belong with the tin cans? No. What about the plastic bottles? No. What about others? Yes, my Bubbles and Bailey may be small, but they carry a very huge message. Is that we all can reduce, reuse, and recycle. That's right. Now, as our journey through the night comes to an end, let's not forget the lessons that we learn. From the owls in the sky to the binturongs on the forest branch, they all want to remind us to protect their cousins in the wild and their fragile environment that they call home. What we do makes a difference, and we must decide what kind of difference we want to make. After all, the greatest threat to our planet is to believe that someone else will save it for us. With that, my name is Shalini. This is Keen, who presented the first half of the show, and this is Sing, who's carrying Midnight. Now with that, thank you for watching Features of the Night presentation. Stay safe and good night, everyone!
Please remain seated and wait for our presenters or operation friends to call out to your row to exit.